Now, when Benito Mussolini rose to power in Italy, he rejected a lot of the socialist ideas in Europe. You know that, right? That fascism was actually born out of a rejection of socialism. So what you got to watch out for is all the people, all the conservatives in America who hate socialism, who despise it to their very core, who want to push back against it because of its weakness, its inability to protect a nation, its inability to control useless and harmful freedom. That is the birthplace of Mussolini's fascism. That's where it came from. His rejection of those ideas in Europe, he said, well, we're going to create a better system. And what they created was a fascist system. And at some point, I'd love to sit down with you and talk more about that. President James Garfield, again, PowerPoint, thanks for your help. James Garfield said this once. He said, whoever controls the volume of money in any country is the absolute master of all industry and commerce. And so what we see is, as we've become a fascist nation, and there's so much more to say about this, we don't have time to get into all of it, but as we become a fascist nation, one of the things that happens is the belief that you have individual rights, okay? So how many of you know that fascism believes in individual rights? Okay, it's not a system where everybody forfeits those rights. The belief in fascism believes that you have the right to personal property. It believes that you have the right to have your own home, your own business, all those things, right? However, where fascism begins to really come off the rails is when it says, along with your rights, the state is a living entity that also has rights. And the state's rights always trump the individual's rights. Mussolini once said that what we had to do was create a system where the individual has rights, but has to be protected from all useless and harmful freedom. He says the individual, though, has no ability themselves to determine what is useless and what is harmful. And therefore, it is only the state that can decide that for the people. Does that sound familiar to you? That is the society that we live in today. We live in one where ultimately the state says we have to decide for you what is useless and what is harmful, and we got to protect you from it. Because if we don't, your useless and harmful freedom could hurt me. It could cause problems for me.